The Atlantic puffin is the official bird of Newfoundland and Labrador, but about 3,000 pair nest here in New Brunswick. This colony has rebounded after at one time being down to its last 2 birds. The puffins have some unique characteristics many people aren't aware of. I got a chance to see them up close and personal on Machias Seal Island. The journey here was years in the making. I tried last year but couldn't get a spot as summer tours of the migratory bird sanctuary sell out by February. This year I booked in January, but with COVID-19 travel restrictions I thought my plans would have to be put on hold again. But then the Atlantic bubble opened and I set out towards Grand Manan.
Hi, this is Sea Watch Tours. This is Wednesday, July the 15th. There are no tours today due to unsafe sea conditions.
After one last weather delay, it was finally time. We set out from Seal Cove for a 1.5-hour boat ride to the island, where I'd be given 45 minutes in a blind with tiny openings I could fit my camera lens through. I was first struck by the size of the puffin. They've maximized their body size with wings that are quite small. They're not as mobile on land as in the water. Atlantic puffins are the smallest of the puffins. Their big bill used to hold a lot of fish. When you see them flying, they almost look like bees because their wings are beating very rapidly to keep them up. When they stop beating their wings, they literally drop, and you'll see them just plop into the water or plop onto the rocks. Puffins are a diving bird. They dive down and catch fish, sometimes 50 meters down.
They have hooks on their tongue and on the roof of their mouth so that they can catch fish, hook them on, and catch more. So when they're feeding their chicks, they may bring back a dozen small fish or 3 or 4 large fish, and they're hooked in and caught individually.
When they're nesting, they come back to the same burrow every year and excavate it out. Puffins can live up to 30 years. Once they finish nesting, they stuff their little puffling full to way more than they do, and they abandon them. When the puffling starts to get hungry, that's when it'll take off.
Well, they said to dress warmly for this trip because it's often very windy here, but this is like a hot box in this blind. And speaking very gently here because we don't want to scare any of the puffins away.
Machias Seal Island was the last southernmost colony of puffins up until the 1970s when they began being reintroduced. Their radical decline in the Gulf of Maine and Bay of Fundy in the 1800s due to fishermen who would gather them up using nets to be used as bait. Because they were seabirds, they wouldn't get seasick and stay alive on the boats, giving fishermen fresh bait when they got to their fishing grounds, causing puffin populations to plummet. Seeing the puffins for myself is an experience I won't soon forget.